What?
Address it in today's live stream.
Oh, okay. That's, well, too late. Hey everybody! Oh my god, this is horrible. I had such ambitions for today.
Hi everybody!
Hi everybody! Hey guys, hey Zoe. Oh, dog help me. I am Yvonne Williams with Back to Earth Creations and the newly founded, at the time of recording, Craftalongcon. And, you know, I'm just not wearing earrings today because I can't get the other one in. Hey, y'all. How's it hanging? We're talking about Craftalongcon today. And taking y'all's questions and suggestions and ideas. Right? We're doing great, Cashers. It's really good to see you. I'm wearing a macrame necklace. Well, yeah, it's macrame made by my niece Maddie, who I miss and love terribly. Today we're giving away these earrings at the 45-minute mark. So if you want to participate in that, oops, well, they're pretty durable. That's good. Be sure to leave a comment on Tuesday's live stream. That way you'll get your name in the hat to win these. Hey, Scarla. Hey, Amzy. Hey, Cherry. Hey, Caslin. Ooh, goodness. Holy crap, that's cool. Hey, Colleen. Hey, Laura. Right? I love it. And that's with the enameled enameled aluminum from Parawire. Okay, so let me just sip some coffee.
It's not VonCon. They're chanting it now.
It is not. Please don't call it VonCon, you guys. It's not about me. It's about you guys. At the core of Craftalongcon is y'all. So I want to put it on to, you know, promote and celebrate you guys. Words are so hard. I had this whole, like, things I was going to say today, and it made so much sense in my head, and then I start talking, and I don't know why I bother. But today we're talking about Craftalongcon, and I need to brainstorm with you guys after I blow some bubbles because I have stress. That's nice. I also need an industrial bubble blowing machine because that'd be cool. I think that'd be cool. I'm gonna blow them back here so y'all can see them. They're fun. Okay. I guess I'll get to work now. Caslin says, speaking of Craftalongcon, are you planning to abbreviate as CAC or just CC? I think CAC, because it sounds weird. CAC. CAC. But no. Oh, okay. So first off, we had a fantastic hangout with my good friend Lauren with LaRue and Cosplay yesterday. She came up to visit us, and I took a break from doing some work for a little bit and had a really good time just catching up and chatting with her. It's been like the first time in like 6 months, I think, that we've actually gotten to hang out. Such good coffee. Hey, Michelle, welcome to the live stream. What? Oh, well, I didn't think of that, Tashers. Well, let's just call it Craftalongcon then. That way it doesn't sound like we're yelling profanities, though you do you.
Ow!
Do y'all,
I didn't see that.
Do y'all want to see the worst highlighters in the world? Because they taste bad also, but that's not why they're the worst. They'd be bad even if they tasted good. Oh, Trisha, I hope that's going well for you. Right, MZ? Okay. But what were we talking about? Yeah, yesterday morning we set up a business bank account with a real life bank. So now we can start hopefully putting money in there to start Craftalongcon. I'm drinking my coffee in the same glass as you have. Great minds think alike. Right on, Susan. It's also called merchandising. And you're proof that it works. But no, I do like the little, that we can all have like matching mugs and stuff. We have 5 left up on our Etsy shop that are, and then we're done. We'll never have these mugs ever again. We'll have better ones, hopefully.
Well, we'll see.
The one-of-a-kind handmade ones. Because it's cheaper to take a pottery class and learn how to make a mug than it is to buy mugs. Hashtag shameless plug. Oof. Yeah. No, hey, Galen.
Is that like a humble brag?
Humble brag.
Hashtag humble brag? Hashtag shameless plug?
No, maybe. Because it is shameful, though. I should know better.
What was
Yeah, just
Instagrammable?
5, but they're all I still don't know entirely what that means. They're mugs of stuff. So it's a mug with my crap box crammed inside of it. Hey cosplay noob, what are the little beads on the chakra necklace? Oh, they're kind of just random. They're little Kuan Yin beads. They're like plastic. I've had them for 12 years. Did you know that CAC is used by the military? We called it cat cards. What does it mean? Crap mug box. Yeah, we call it mug of stuff because nobody wants a cup of crap. Actually, it's like 16 ounces of crap. But took the day off to work at the Monterey Bay Aquarium. Ooh. Well, happy birthday, Rachel. Well, and that's the thing that I wanted to talk to you guys about. And I'm actually going to get the camera moved over.
No, I won't be doing any tech classes. No.
Randy just says no. Just like, Janine, I'm so glad you like your mug of stuff. I'm not going to lie. I was...
Zombie.
Zombie! Where at? Hey, zombie. Sorry, I got to get this. You'd think I'd be a professional by now. But you'd be wrong. You'd be terribly wrong. How do I... Nope, the thing's still not... Okay, there we go. So
Doubt it. It is a craft convention.
What's that?
So all of my YouTube stuff is not really relevant.
Yeah, it's... I wanted to specify. So Craftalong Con, we actually designed our... Where'd it go? Our very first... What did I do with you? Our very first flyer. Unintentionally. Because I've been doing another case study of an event in Phoenix, Arizona in January called Creativation. Creativation? Yeah, Creativation. That's how you say it. Common access cards. Right on. But they put on a huge event that I think would be a ton of fun. And it's not exactly like how I envision Craftalong Con to be, but it has a really great structure. So we're kind of looking at that to see what's up. So we designed like the front of the flyer that has like Craftalong Con, craftalongcon.com, and it's gonna have like a picture of me and Randy being derps, and then a picture of people taking one of our classes that we're gonna be guinea pigging at, or I think field testing sounds way better than guinea pigging. Like there, and then sponsors, Back to Earth Creations. We're like, we'll sponsor ourselves until somebody else wants to give us money. And then title of, so this format, once I get it to not be hand drawn on lined paper, will be used on a lot of our different like websites and stuff, and that way it would say like vendor registration, or sign up to volunteer, or get your tickets, or like registration, and then with the date and the location. We just need to figure those out, and then we're not quite good. There's still a bunch of holes. And then the stuff that's going to be on the back of the thing, which I'm going to contact some of my friends and get them to do some editing for me, because this is straight gibberish. Let's see if I can make sense of this. Okay, so it's going to be like, well, why would you want to attend Craftalong Con? And which I need to come up with something catchier than just, why attend? It's like, why do? And don't judge me too hard. Like, I'm not a professional person, you guys. I'm just kind of pretending. But I was going to have it say, like, at the top, be like, professional, hobbyists, or complete beginner, Craftalong Con has something for you. Bring your enthusiasm and curiosity and take home skills, techniques, and knowledge to take your crafting to the next level.
Nice.
What?
I went, I saw, I commented.
I went, I saw, I crafted. That could be a t-shirt for Craftalong Con.
We crafted. That's it.
That's it. That's it. That's kind of underwhelming. And then somewhere, like, I'd like to do, like...
Just commented, all I got was a shirt.
Right? Yeah. Educate, inspire, and create are going to be, like, words. I don't know. Everybody has words on their stuff, you guys, and I'm trying to figure out... Okay. And then it's going to have, like, 3 bullet points of join other crafters in our 24/3 craft hall, which Randy said it's not going to be 24/3 because Friday and Saturday or Friday and Sunday are incomplete days, but from the moment the convention starts until the moment the convention ends, the craft hall is going to be open. Which join other crafters in our however long craft hall, use our big tables to spread out a current project or start something new. Because that'd be pretty cool. It'd be like my friend Pam was telling me about. She used to go to like scrapbooking events where you could just pay to be there and just use their tables. Like, because not everybody has a nice big kitchen table to spread out on, and sometimes you just need to do something without your cat jumping on it. And this is presuming, of course, that anybody shows up, anybody wants to teach, and anybody wants to vend. So we're doing a lot of craft around the clock. I love it, Scarlett. I'm writing that down. Oh, this is why I'm brainstorming with you guys. Sorry, I didn't mean to make that face at you. I'm just very aggressively excited. Where do I write that? Craft around the clock. This is like our version of an executive business meeting, by the way. Do I have pants on? Yes, I have pants on. So
I hope so.
I sure hope so, because Randy was like, in 2 hours, you have to put pants on. And I was like, okay. That's fair. That was a fair point, actually. Again, assuming anybody shows up, hopefully, he explore our broad selection of top-notch craft suppliers, take home one-of-a-kind pieces from talented artisans, and inspire your creativity while resupplying your craft room. I don't know, I feel like we need to work on that, but it's like for the dealer's hall that we'd like to have open to the public, right? Maybe, Danielle. I don't know. I feel like I'm just trying to dump ideas out of my brain right now and then start soaking up some from y'all. So Randy's moderating for me and he's getting lots of questions down. So if you ask a question, I will get to it, hopefully. So the dealer's room, I would like to have to be open to the public like an indoor craft show, kind of. That way, the more people we can have come in without having to pay any kind of parking or any kind of door fee to just shop with our vendors, that's going to be better for our vendors. And thanks, Carla. And then brain fart. What was I talking about just now? Come on, I was on a roll, brain. Butter me. Yeah, the dealer's room is going to be open to the public, but I would like to have our sponsors, our teachers will be able to like kind of have almost like the guest slots at most fandom conventions. The teachers will have tables that they don't have to be at all the time because they're going to be off teaching classes, but when they're not teaching, they can be in an area where where they can meet with their students and like talk to them and stuff. Distraction. Randy's just waving distractions around.
Distraction.
And he's wearing this like super cute, kind of tight white shirt. You're gorgeous. Yeah, we have it written that he can't get me in trouble for workplace harassment. Now that we are running a business together.
About that.
If he sues me, you guys, it's probably my fault. But yeah, so the dealer's room, we're gonna have like vendors who are selling beads. We're gonna be having vendors who are selling their artwork. We're gonna have people who are like, if they have a book or a YouTube channel, like I want it very like broad to make it interesting to get people to come in and have fun. You know, I not just buy stuff. Like I want it to feel like an experience, like people in their booths demonstrating their crafts and like, I don't know. We'll see. So yeah. And then take hands-on classes from skilled professionals and masters of their crafts, refining techniques and learning new skill sets. Boom! Because that's going to be the biggest thing, and that's what I need y'all's help with today, is we're going to have at least, I think, 82-hour-long class slots. So let me see if I can find it. Bring the camera down this way. And flip it around. Okay, so here you can see, if we start, it's all, I need to figure out how to use Excel spreadsheets. I'm not gonna lie. But if we start having stuff at like 2 p.m. in the afternoon and start hosting classes, now this is not including the craft around the clock call, which I think is what we're calling it now. Scarlett, that was a really good idea. But we can fit in 16 sections of 2 hour long classes throughout the day. And if we have 5 panel rooms and for like hands-on workshops and then one like lecture hall, then we can fit in quite a few different things. And I'm thinking in the again, I'm so proud of my art skills. There's not an art teacher on this planet that wouldn't be like, Vaughn, you suck. um Aw, Tashers. I'm just honored that you think that that's uh neat writing. But something that we have established is I didn't want to do any two-part classes. I want each class to be non-essential to the others. That way, if somebody's not able to show up on Friday, they can still take all of the classes on Saturday. Right on, Scarlett. But yeah, so the classroom, we'd like to have like a table and a projection screen. And then, I have no idea how big the rooms are going to be because we haven't picked the venue yet, so I don't know how much seating we'll be able to have. But by having the people seated around the edge, the teacher can walk here in this like center area and be able to help people individually. And I figured out we'd be able, like, I'm thinking, you guys, that we'll be able to have a much bigger class size if each teacher has like a wireless headset, microphone. That way everybody can hear them very well. And if they have somebody following them around, just using their cell phone, like how I am right now, but with screen mirroring technology, which would put what you're seeing through the screen of the cell phone onto the projector. And that way, if this person here is having a problem with something and this person here is having that same problem, I could go and teach this person, like show them exactly what's going on, and like hopefully a good minion will be like holding their phone like over my shoulder. That way everybody can see what's going on up on the big screen. Because I like my class cap, I can really only teach 15 to 20 people at a time, and it goes by pretty slowly. So we're going to try to buffer that and increase the classroom size to maybe 20 or 30 even by having handouts and by having that kind of interactive, because part of learning, hands-on like this would be being able to get helped hands-on too and have somebody who, I know that whenever I'm learning a new crochet like stitch or just crocheting in general because I'm not particularly good at it, I know that how quite possibly, Scarla. And we will talk about more about that here in just a minute about volunteers and minions and things. But I know that whenever I'm working on something and I mess up, if I can just have a set of experienced eyes be able to look at what I'm doing and be like, right there, you need to pull all your stitches out until right there, and then like that's what you messed up on. And that's so much faster than me just being like, I don't know what I did wrong, I just know that it's wrong, period. Like what? And so we're going to be looking for quite possibly around 20 teachers to teach 4 classes each. But what Randy and I are thinking, because we don't know if we're going to be able to pay anybody, and I like getting paid whenever I work, and so I presume that other people like to pay whenever they're working or get paid whenever they're working. So what we're going to try to do is cover the hotel and the badge for all the teachers.
Well, the reason we're not aiming for a high school or some type of school is because there's no place to sleep.
Yeah, we really like the hotel setup. Like, if any of y'all have ever been to a convention and it's in a hotel and you can just wake up and step outside your door and you're there. You don't have to drive again. It doesn't matter what the weather's like. If it's hot, cold, or raining, does not matter. You are in this, like, the immersion is so cool. And I want to share that experience with you guys, that you can go take a nap. You don't got to get in your car for anything. You can go take a nap, wake back up, 3 in the morning, still crafting in the craft around the clock hall. Which is also the cat call. Craft around. Well, there's a T in there for
dealer's room will be open the whole
yeah. Dealer's room is going to be open each day, but they are going to have hopefully very reasonable hours because dealers are people too, and they have got to sleep.
And poop.
And poop. That's a good point, honey. And eat, which leads us to teachers, volunteers, staff, and vendors would have green room access as well as like VIP badges and stuff. Like, we're still, not gonna lie, we're still working out like the details on this stuff. The deets or the tails. again, that's going to rely heavily on if whatever venue we pick has a food exclusivity contract. So we'll figure that out.
If they don't, they're an android and must be destroyed.
And be destroyed. Poop poop. Oh no, I've been distracted again. What was I saying?
Apparently, when I was over there and I said scratch, it picked up on the microphone, so everyone just out of nowhere with me whispering in their ear. Scratch.
That's what he does, though, you guys. Okay, I'm gonna answer some questions real quick. Hey, Randy.
Hey.
I lost my tablet.
Yeah, you did. Huh.
I found my tablet. Okay. I'm gonna answer some questions real quick. Teachers could sell, it would be good incentive and a cover. Now, teachers could have a dealer's table if they wanted, but it's not going to be required. We are, again, so much of this is very tentative, so please don't ever be like, well, you said 2 years ago that this was going to happen. All of this is very up in the air. It's just thoughts that we're having, but we'd like to have, there's a convention called Mid-South Con in Memphis in the spring, and they have an area where their authors will be set up to sell and sign their books for about 2 to 3 hours. And so they can book their time slots, and they're able to go and teach classes and not have to worry about anybody covering a full booth. But they can still have an outlet to be able to sell if they have kits, if they have a YouTube or something that they want to promote. It's, yeah, nothing is set in concrete yet, for sure. And that's an option. Or they could also have a booth if it's like how Randy and I have done for years, where it's like I go off and... Why are you blurry? Okay, there it goes. Where I go off and teach, and he and our helpers still run the booth. That is definitely an option. But we don't want to require more from our teachers than what they're willing or able to give. And we'll kind of all figure that out as we go. Do you believe in Sorry, I'm still loading up the questions. I could teach, but I wouldn't sell. No inventory. And that's perfectly fine, Elise. Like, we really want to be able to work with our teachers on an individual basis. But that's also by hosting our teachers coming in. I don't think we'll be able to pay any kind of travel cost, but we can cover your hotel. You've got the green room. What?
Maybe not.
What? The hotels?
Yeah, on teachers.
We're gonna try, because they're the equivalent of our guests. Again, none of this is concrete. This is just what in my mind I'm shooting for until reality puts some hurdles in the way, and then we'll figure it out. But the teachers wouldn't be paid; they'd be volunteering their time, but in exchange for at absolute least a weekend pass. And the tools and materials are provided by Randy and I, because we're able to field test and hopefully work with sponsors to be able to get the kits put together.
What are you offering us internationals who can't be
there?
Nothing!
Oh no, Randy! I have no idea. I'm so sorry, you guys. Like, I don't know. I don't even know how much any of this is going to cost yet. So we don't know how much we're going to have to charge until we know how much we're going to have to pay to make it happen. I'm not sure around the clock will be possible. I know Anthrocon, the gathering room, the zoo is open most of the time, but if I recall, everyone had to leave from 1 to 4 a.m. And that's a possibility.
I think what's going on there is it might have been at a convention center that does close.
Yeah, because we've been to hotels before that their ballroom will stay open like all night.
Yeah.
You know, with
the
like the anime viewing,
open.
the game room's always open. So it depends. Again, it's going to depend so heavily on the
But if we're renting out a convention center, they often do close those down.
They'll require it to be closed.
9 to 6.
Because usually it's something associated with the unions.
Yeah.
Or something. I don't know. It's going to depend entirely on what venue we end up getting.
Could get sponsors to cover the costs.
Oh, sponsorship would be nice, but we have nothing to stand on right now except for a bunch of stuff that looks like a 3rd grader wrote it. So, right on, Tracy. So that takes us to our next point, which is what I needed y'all's help brainstorming on, and that is come on, Brain.
Hotel rooms.
I know I keep getting. You can, if they have questions or ideas and stuff, you can just put. Okay.
I'm not gonna do my job.
Okay.
Thank you.
Just let me micromanage you. Just this once. Just please. People me, please. Hey, Randy. Hey, no, you're ignoring me. Please.
What?
Don't make me have a meltdown. Oh, no. Sorry, I like antagonizing him, and I'm basically pathetic. So...
Can we get Queen to play music?
Get Queen to play music? I don't know, guys. If anybody's like, Queen is their cousin somehow. Yeah, let's get David Bowie to show up.
Let's get an interview with that guy. What's his name?
Albert Einstein?
Albert Einstein, yeah.
If the moon were made out of cheese, would you eat it? Yeah, that guy
I just have been informed he's dead, but we're gonna try for him.
We're gonna try for him anyways. Okay. Focus, Tiny Wonder. We can do this. Class ideas. I'm flipping this back around. Yeah, Scarlett's like, I think they have to be alive. So, where'd it go? That's the venue. Here's the panels. Yeah, class ideas. Because Craftroom Con after dark. We're gonna try to. I was pricing out kegs of beer, and then I was like, full of vodka. But I was thinking about talking to a friend, Ben, with Brass Engine Creations, if he'd be willing to host some karaoke. So we'll see about that. But I'm thinking wire wrapping, chainmail, polymer clay, leather, and mixed media, which is kind of everything else. And then that's not including the lecture hall, which would be like a Q&A area. Do what, Randy?
I could sing if you wanted to hear nails in a blender.
Right. Now, I am open though to like lay them on me. Every single idea that y'all have. Let's go. I'm listening. Lapidary would be awesome, but intense, because that's something that so many of the venues that we've been looking at have been. I'm still writing it down though. Have been like no fire. It's negotiable. You have to get like a buttload of insurance, but absolutely under no conditions, glitter. It's out. Glitter, jail. Go to jail. Yeah, we'll let you burn our place down before you put glitter on stuff. Okay, so we have lapidary.
Oh no.
A seed bead weaving. Okay, and don't worry, like getting specific is perfectly fine. Seed bead weaving, because by Randy and I sponsoring or providing the kits, whether they're sponsored or not, tech class. What do you mean by tech class, Trisha? Like, because that's a really broad term, and for somebody who's really bad at tech, I'm like, I don't even know what that means. But I'll still write down tech. Glasswork, knitting, crochet. I've written that, hun. Thank you. Oh, it's going by super fast. Glass, like glass blowing or lampwork glass, or fusing. I'm gonna write them all. Blowing, lamp,
Bookbinding,
fuse, bookbinding. Whoo!
Tatting, knitting.
Ooh, tatting. I'm gonna put. No, I'm writing everything. Crochet. Knitting.
Celtic weave.
What's Celtic weave?
Celtic wire weave.
Ooh. Celtic designs in wire. That'd be neat. No, we can't bet it. It's like felting, scale mail. Sorry, I could just go there. Patterns and sewing.
Glass staining.
Ooh, what's glass staining? I'm gonna Google that. If they have a pool, we can do underwater basket weaving. Win.
Underwater basket weaving?
Yep, Viking knit. That's a good idea.
Don't you need to like snorkel in
I don't know. Polymer clay with how to use epoxy.
How to read seed bead patterns.
Reading CDB. No, all of them are different, Randy. That's what's so frustrating. Is because like crochet patterns don't use the same hieroglyphs as knitting patterns don't use the same hieroglyphs as seed bead patterns. So reading seed bead patterns.
To cobbler or not to cobbler?
What's cobbler? Oh, like the dessert. Okay, because I was like, shoes? Making shoes? Oh no. I got completely sidetracked. What was the one about horses?
Horsehair.
Horsehair. And if we had an outdoor, I gotta say something. I had an idea. Sam should. Crap.
Sam's not even in here.
No, if we have an outdoor area, Randy, we could have like a studio come in and demonstrate pottery, because they might not be able to teach like inside the classrooms because it's like straight messy. But they could be demonstrating pottery, blacksmithing, lampwork, like all the fire and glitter and mud can go outside. So horsehair jewelry. What's next? Basket weaving.
Goodness, you're so far behind.
I'm
Costume props, candle making.
Sorry, I didn't mean to scream. You just excited. Making, candle making, basketry. What else was there?
Costume props.
Costume props.
Paper clay.
Paper clay.
Sewing basics or quilting.
Ooh, selling or sewing basics?
Sewing.
Sewing basics / quilting. I'm gonna write selling basics too.
Belly dancing.
I was thinking about having a henna party, you guys. Spinning with a drop spindle.
Hangout inlay.
Ooh, that's a good idea. Ooh, you guys, this is a lot of really good ideas. Poo, paper beads.
Headdress making.
Mmm.
How to make a bra.
Ooh.
Paper beads.
I've written that. Thank you. How to unhook a bra. That's for After Dark, Jim. And that's why y'all get private hotel rooms, so that you can do that stuff where, like, Randy and I are already putting together a legal disclaimer that in no way are we associated or responsible for any of the crap that any of y'all do, because y'all are beasts.
Wool dreads.
Wool dreads. Okay. Well, let's just call it felting, because it's the same thing.
How to make displays.
Ooh. DIY displays.
Ceiling and booth design.
Ooh. Which that would be really good for the lecture hall. Garden crafting? Why not? Because I'm very hesitant. Okay, I gotta take it. Like, my hand hurts from writing, y'all. Tantra, oh Lord.
This isn't a Cosmopolitan magazine. Guys.
Right? Yeah, Randy says, ooh, making mead. Ooh, that'd be nice. Body painting. Yeah, I'm hesitant to put anybody outside, just because of the weather. Like, you can never tell, but if we could rent one of those big old, like, what are they called, panther tents?
Yeah.
And have everybody underneath a huge tent like that.
Maybe.
That'd be really cool. I'm gonna write that down as an idea. Big old tent, fairy village. I like that.
Essentials, designing and building.
That's a good idea.
Resin with real flowers.
Ooh.
Wire knitting with a spool. How to set up a booth.
Okay, I've written that one down. Will you have Wi-Fi? We're really hoping so, Lydia, and that's something that we've been looking at, because, like, some of these convention centers want, like, $10,000. We've got dream catchers. Thanks, Tracy. Demonstration of cosplay. Some of these convention centers want, like, $10,000 for, like Wi-Fi. So we're gonna have to really consider and figure out how to make this appealing to corporate sponsors. So yeah, Amzi, because otherwise you just don't get Wi-Fi. So again, another reason why we're looking for hotels, because oftentimes in the people that we've been talking to and the venues that we've been contacting, sometimes they'll give you the venue space if you book up enough room blocks, which that would be really cool, I think. Got soap making. Now, this is something we are going to keep this very hands-on, crafty specific, if that makes sense. So it's like, I don't want to, in our first year at least, cast too broad of a net and spread ourselves too thin, if that makes sense. But something that we were looking at in my case studies of creativization, even Indie Jam and Pinners Con and a couple of these other events where they're teaching you as well, is some of them, like the average class price on the low end is like $200 to $300, and that's too much, you guys. Like, for what Randy and I envisioned, it's about making crafting accessible. Because when we started our business, I was literally making jewelry out of like acorns and stuff, because that's all I had. I had no money, but I had acorns, and so I figured out how to make, like, how to burn holes in the acorns with like a soldering tip, and make them into jewelry. And I want, if you're able and willing and eager to pay $200 to $300 for a class, that's awesome. But I want my classes to be available to people who are like, yeah, I don't have that money right now. Like, and that's why I've always kept my tutorials free, and that's, why we do what we do. Is it's Randy and I got really lucky, and we could have just as easily not been lucky at all. So I believe very much in working hard so you're ready for whenever luck finds you. But I don't want it all to rely on luck. I'm going to come out and find you guys and try to help you as much as I can, so that you can help yourself to, so that luck isn't even necessary. Now, it doesn't hurt. I'll tell you what, luck is nice. But it's just, so, patience, whether or not there will be food is very dependent on the venue that we'll be at. We're hoping, Nina and Jim, to have an ATM. Again,
Hey, Richard, thanks.
okay, so much of this is reliant on what venue we end up with. Thank you guys, though, so much for these. Are tremendously, like, awesome ideas. Okay, art journaling and junk journaling. Okay. Hot water, melty plastic stuff to make teeth and horns. Thermoplastics. Soap making, got that. There won't be patience, not officially. We're focusing on the things that everybody has in common, which is our interest in the crafty side of life. So everything else is kind of up to y'all. You're the attendees, do what you want, have fun. Bath bombs. We're not, I hope I don't get demonetized for saying bombs loudly. Ooh, rubber stamps. Vinyl cutting. If we could get Cricut to come in as a sponsor and show me how to use this freaking machine that I have sitting up, I don't know how to use that thing. Like, what the heck? What did I just write? Found object class, right on. Lots of good ideas. Okay. These are fantastic, you guys. Yeah, leather basics. We are lining up, as I get things a little bit more structured and kind of get the class ideas of what we'd like to be teaching, then we'll be able to know what we need to ask for from our sponsors. So, like, we're doing the budgeting on everything as if Brandy and I are paying every penny out of pocket. That way, when we go to Tandy and we're like, we're going to be doing, like 15 leatherworking classes. This is what, we're going to have in each of the kits. This is what we need to ask of you. And that way, we can, because we don't want to get in somebody's face and be like, they're in front of the people that you need to be asking to sponsor you and be like, y'all want to sponsor? And they're like, sure, what do you need? And I'm like, I don't know. Like, I need to have, like, a plan as we go in here. I'm not good at that yet. So we're going to figure that out. making song pipes. Ooh, that'd be cool. Please address the patient's.
Hey, that's what I wrote.
Okay. Right. Okay. Yeah. That's Randy and I. Like at Craft-A-Long Con, we're not going to be hosting any Sunday services. We're not going to be hosting any full moon jams. We're not going to be like no like meditations to Buddha or like any like we're not saying that y'all can't. It's just that Randy and I are not hosting that. We're just focusing on crafting. Natasha, I've been trying to figure out how to implement a children's craft room because I don't know what to do if one kid stabs another kid with a crayon. Like event insurance. But no, and it's and I've been to conventions where 99.9% of the people are like they're in there with their kids in the kids craft area and it's going great, but there's always somebody who just abandons their child or a child wanders off and comes in or something and it's like and starts like eating stuff or like eating paint out of the bucket or like just rubbing stuff on the walls and it's like so I don't know what kind of certification and stuff that we'd have to be able to host a children's specific area. Yeah, we don't know, but we don't want to make it kid free either and prevent people from being able to come because they have like a small child. Now a lot of the classes being more along the feeling of master classes and we need to like kind of keep the pace moving along a little bit. I don't know how young of a child will be able to host in the classrooms because like Maddie's 12 and she gets this stuff pretty quick, but I've also I'm 30 and some of this stuff comes really slow to me, so yeah. And it so I think we'd like to be able to have children areas and things like that, but that's one of the things that I know the very least about, so I don't know yet. I'm going to be definitely talking to other organizers, other people who have volunteered or participated or attended anything that's like this that had a children area and be like, how's this going? Like, how does that work? Or if we'd be able to even maybe get sponsorship from a local daycare to have some of their registered daycare providers take care of like a children's area. I don't know. I have no idea. I'm also really interested in getting a couple of EMT volunteers or something to just have a medical professional who's used to emergencies on hand at all times. That would be so cool. What's a super sticker?
It's $20.
What? I've literally never seen that before in my whole life. What just happened?
Sticker saying you are amazing.
Well, that was very nice.
Pair.
A dancing pair.
Yes.
Ooh, thank you. Well, thank you very much. Which also, by the way, we'd had a couple of folks very generously offer just charitable donations. They're like, I don't want a ticket. I just want to send this money to you to help this start happening. And we don't have a Kickstarter put together yet. But if you want to donate to Craft-A-Long Con, you can. And now, right now, we're only taking completely charitable donations. So please, like, if you want a ticket and stuff and you want to come, wait, we'll have the opportunity for that. But
this is not where you give money for.
Yeah, this is what?
This is not where you give money for.
Yeah, this is for just if you just want to like donate like $1 or something, you can send it through PayPal to info@craftalongcon.com. And but I can't emphasize enough, like, I may not be able to thank you directly, like, because I've been overwhelmed by y'all's responses on every front. So, like, please, like, don't get mad, like, don't expect, like, if you're gonna donate something, please no strings attached, like, and that's, I can't believe I even have to say that, but I've unintentionally hurt some feelings before, and it's like, so please don't expect much. Aim super low with your donations. But
we don't know where this will be.
What area of the world will this be in? The United States, most definitely, because that's where Randy and I have a business license. We're looking at within like a 4-hour radius of where we live near Joplin, Missouri, in southwestern Missouri. I know that that's not ideal, but we're looking at cities that have international airports. That way it's very convenient. You shouldn't even have to rent a car. Like, you can just like fly in and then shuttle to the hotel is the idea. Hopefully. Like, all of this right now is just ideas, so we don't really have anything substantial to stand on except for we have gotten the website up. We did get the PayPal set up. We are licensed. Our next step is we were actually looking at Branson, granted, because it's a nice, like, if you're going to make a vacation out of it anyhow, you know, why not? Excuse me. Excuse me. And though also, I do kind of love the Bentonville, Arkansas area because it's beautiful, not like nature. It's a very like modern, well planned out city. Who's gonna clean up after it's all said and done? We are going to hopefully have a crew of volunteers, that will be Missouri. Sorry, Sweet Pea. We're gonna actually require the help of volunteers, and the way that we're thinking our volunteer setup is going to work is you buy your badge, you show up, and if you work, we don't know how many hours yet because we don't want to say 2 hours, and but we don't want to work you too little, we don't want to work you too much, but you work off your badge and get refunded your badge fee. If you want to be a volunteer, and you get like a shirt or something, I don't know. Like, we're gonna figure that out, because again, Randy and I've never volunteered at conventions. We've always like worked. The timeline for this gym is 2021, we're thinking.
Shooting for around October.
We're thinking in the fall, like October and November. We don't want it to be too close to the holidays, because that's just, I don't know about y'all, but holidays are like probably the most financially stressful time of the year, and I don't want this to be something that stresses you guys out. Eureka Springs at the Crescent Hotel. Anita, I was actually thinking about Eureka Springs because my friend Lauren always speaks so highly of it, as just like a beautiful little town, and but I've personally never been, so.
Yeah, that's our goal for the next year, Nina, is going to be to attend and volunteer.
Gem and mineral class is a really good idea, Sabrina. Do what, Randy?
For the next year, we're going to be attending a lot more conventions and also volunteering at a lot more conventions.
Yeah, instead of vending, like, we're still going to vend Dragon and a couple of other shows that are just, we love them too much to miss, but we're going to be volunteering and attending and just learning as absolute much as we can about everything other than vending. Like, we've got vending down. Like, we understand like the contracts and the setup and the tear down. Like, we're solid on that part. It's every other facet of putting on a convention. So, is there an airport close to the area that you're looking at for the International Among Us?
Yes.
There is. Yeah, that's Daniel. We're trying to make sure that there's a place that, like, Kansas City has an international airport, St. Louis has an international airport. Then Bentonville, I don't think their airport's international, it's regional, but if you hop on over to like a Chicago or a St. Louis or something, then you can, like, it's a hassle, but you'd have to, that's a really good idea. An ID, what is this rock booth? That's a really good idea. I have these vouchers at Mid-South Con for 11 years. Right on, Gwen.
Wood burning class?
Wood burning? But yeah, Randy and I need to learn a lot more about what's going on, and so I have no idea about flight prices. Honestly, I've never ridden on an airplane because they're expensive. I like to know is most likely have to fly out for a show and classes, what town and what state. Do we have wheelchairs, access my furniture? We are definitely going to make sure that everything's wheelchair accessible. Like, that's a necessity for what we're looking for, like a non-negotiable, which most places that hold events like this do make sure that they are accessible.
Another idea we've had is to do do a couple paintings of the logo.
Yeah.
And then have an auction type thing to help raise.
Yeah. Randy was talking about. I guess did somebody ask a question
Yeah.
or what did they say?
You could have a silent auction with donations to raise money for next year's event.
Right on. That's a really good idea. And Randy and I had talked about exploring different logos and doing custom paintings of them, like watercolors, and then letting y'all vote to see which logo you liked the best. And then, we'll just auction off all those paintings, again, to help raise funds. Because, like, y'all are just the crazy generous. Like, I cannot even... If somebody had told me, like, 5 years ago, how generous, like, a group of people that I've surrounded myself with would be, I'd be like, that's like a fairy tale. Like, that doesn't exist. But here you guys are. But I do understand it's really nice to get something for your money. Like, I 100% understand and respect that. So we are accepting donations. We are going to have avenues that you get rewards for for what you pay, in addition to like pre-reg tickets and all sorts of stuff. So I think it's because we have kind of adopted, right? It feels that way, like. And I couldn't have gotten adopted by a better group of people, you guys. I'm not gonna lie. Jewels and Gems. Hey, I just joined. I don't think this has anything to do with what y'all are talking about, but do you use gold-filled wire or metal? If so, where do you get it? I personally don't use it, but I've seen it used by a few of my close friends, and they get theirs from riogrande.com, which is another place that I was like, maybe they'll sponsor us. So, about the Craft-A-Long Con. And then Natasha says, I missed if you saw it, but renting those charging stations for cell phones and laptops for the folks who went to sit and charge devices. That's a fantastic... I'm writing that down. Because we talked about a little bit earlier, we are going to be having t-shirts and stuff, but we got to figure out the logo for that first. And I got to figure out how to put t-shirts up for sale on my website and how to be able to put prices on them. So we're going to be talking to our friends over at World of Strange, who do really high quality screen printed stuff.
Like the aprons.
Like our aprons. Merchandising. But we'll be talking to them when they're a little less busy. Like they've been doing like After Dragon. Yeah, After Dragon. We'll talk to our vendor buddies and people who do things. But we had talked a little bit earlier about Wi-Fi sponsorship, which that was something I never even heard of. But I looked at Randy and I was like, we have a business account with T-Mobile. Like we might be, I don't know who we'd talk to, but if we could find out if T-Mobile would like to partially sponsor or have exclusivity sponsorship to the Wi-Fi and maybe also provide charging stations, because we're hoping like 250 people will show up. But Randy had pointed out he had said if 1/100th of the people who are subscribed to you on YouTube show up, you're gonna have 1,000 people on your hands. Like we almost have to worry more about what if a bunch of people show up than if nobody shows up, because y'all have been just phenomenal in your response and in signing up for the email list and like I mean, granted that's not tickets sold, but it's very encouraging. Like y'all are really making us feel like that this could actually happen. Like this could actually be a reality, and like we'll actually get to craft together, like in the same room. Oh, I'm gonna have to bathe. So that make sure I don't like smell like a compost heap. But what you think, Randy?
It's time for the giveaway.
It is time for the giveaway. Okay, so let me get the legs on this tripod down. Sorry, it's gonna be super shaky. But thank you guys for brainstorming with me and just hearing all my thoughts and sharing your ideas. And because I think I said it before, but I'll probably say it 100 more times. This, at the heart, at its core, Craft-A-Long Con is for y'all. Like, it's what I do here on YouTube and what Randy and I have been doing for years at conventions and stuff. There's no way we'd have been able to do any of it if it weren't for you guys. And so we want to put on Craft-A-Long Con to celebrate y'all, to educate y'all in person, to share ideas and networking and just the whole experience. So I don't know, I'm excited that we might make this thing happen. Like, that's pretty cool, y'all. Excuse me, puppy.
And for Shelly's question, no, we never did take out a business loan.
I have a beginner question. Did you have to take out a loan to start your business? No, on both fronts. I'm not gonna lie, you guys. Loans are the worst. Like, well, they're the devil. But it's so TMI moment. Brandy and I are working very hard to pay off my student loan from college. Yes, I have to bitch about this first though.
Okay.
I love you. You're so cute. Come here. I love you. Okay. And of our like, if we pay like it like $200 a month in interest. So much interest. Like, if you can avoid credit cards or taking out loans, like in today's age with like the internet and stuff, you can start a business with very little overhead. You don't have to open a brick and mortar store. You don't have to have a huge inventory. It's like you can just like find some acorns and burn some holes in them and sell it on Etsy, or and it's just
Everyone's like, oh my god, Randy.
Isn't he cute in that shirt though? I just love it. Yeah, do the giveaway. I'm just gonna sit here and objectify you. I love you.
That's work.
Or get me fired. I don't want to go to jail. I just love you. This is why I'm married.
Your employee?
Yeah. I know. I'm so bad at this. This is why I can't work with other humans. So I'd be like, stop touching me. Put your pants on.
Yes. All right.
Okay, we're doing the giveaway.
Individual commenters.
Yay! May the odds ever be in your favor.
And to answer the question earlier today, doesn't matter if you comment one time or 1,000,000 times, it still only counts you once.
Yeah. You can still comment 1,000,000 times if you want, though.
I mean, yeah, that's up to y'all. Ready?
Yep.
Oh,
oh yeah, no. Cynthia. She says, oh, dog vomit, I missed your live stream today. You look fabulous. Oh, thank you. Love to you and Randy. I'm happy to see you back safe at home, sharing your beautiful selves and your wonderful crafting skills.
TTFN.
So Cynthia Schroeder.
Yeah.
I don't think I'm pronouncing it right, but if you could send me your shipping address of where you would like these earrings sent to back to backtooearthcreations@yahoo.com, I'll get them shipped off to you. We've looked at it, guys. We've had financial advisors look at it, and currently there is just nothing that Randy and I can do except for either be in debt forever or just pay off the student loan. So we are putting our nose to the grindstone and throwing every penny we can at just getting out of debt, because I can't, and I want to be out of debt so I can move on with my life and maybe buy a workshop, and get into debt again. That'd be great. But no, if we could have studio space that has like good wiring and like a concrete floor, but yeah, we all have stuff that we did when we were kids and it's like, oh, that was more expensive than I wanted it to be.
Dude, leave me alone.
Look at that dog torturing that man. Stop a kissing booth. Any suggestions on starting an Etsy store? It helps they're really good about guiding you through, like making sure that like you have your profile picture and like a banner picture and just some graphics going, that way your store doesn't have just empty areas that look just like every other Etsy store, like having a little bit of your personality in it, and you're able to like establish a feel and a mood and a branding for your Etsy store. That stuff is a banner pick is basically, I go into Paint, like it'll say use image this size, and I'll go into Paint and set the canvas, like Microsoft Paint, and set the canvas to those pixel dimensions, and then just either fill it up with smaller pictures or zoom in tight on one larger picture, just like crop that section out of it, and that's what I use for a banner image. I am not a graphic designer. I am a person. I'm not trained in this. That's just what I do, but it works. Like, even if you just have if one time I just got a close-up picture of some of the fabric I was wearing and did that for one of my backgrounds, and it worked. I loved it. Like, I threw like an Instagram filter on it. Right on. Do you have a video on how to make the silicone molds that you use? Yeah, but they're not very good though. I'd recommend going to Smooth On, honestly. Their videos are very well done. I show you what not to do or how to do it poorly. Right on. But then once you get like your graphics down, because you only have to do that once, I do kind of add like maybe 10 or 15 items to your Etsy store, and then do across all of your social media platforms. Like if I have a business Facebook page, an Instagram, and a YouTube, and that's what I promote across, because I could do more, but I can't do more. Like a person who's better at doing this kind of stuff, you could have like 10 or 15 avenues that you advertise through. I personally can only juggle the 3. Oh, Tracy, what was the name? Cynthia one. Cynthia Schroeder, I think. So, I have a Pinterest. I don't post my stuff on Pinterest, because if I get on Pinterest 8 hours later, I like look up and the world has passed me by, and I'm like...
Last time you did Pinterest, it
Speak
was
up.
4 days later.
I can't get on Pinterest. It is like, it is chasing the dragon. Like, I get sucked into Pinterest and I'm like, so, Pinterest is amazing. I just can't get on there because then I don't get anything done. Yeah, it is crack. It is like craft meth. It is like, not even once, because then it's a slippery slope. And then before you know it, you blow your house up because you tried something that you saw on Pinterest. And I'm sorry, you guys. I make really light of like substance abuse and addictions and stuff because of my family history and how prevalent it's been. But I make light of dark situations. But oh, I'm like, I am somehow... It's still on my computer waiting to be edited, Sparky. Sorry. Went there with my boyfriend. He said, how about we go home now? What? So soon? Honey, it's been 4 hours, right? And I'm hoping that the Craft Along dealer hall, like the vendor hall, can feel like that. Like I want it to feel like how the Ren Fair felt to me when I was a kid. You know, and I went in there and it's just new and amazing and like cool. And it's like, not to be this way. And I don't know if it's just my, it's different to be 13 than it is, or 30 than it is to be 15. I've tried GIMP and I just keep using paint. I'm a dork. I use the Makin's clay rolling machine, Caslin, but we use about 2 a year, but we crank a lot of clay. But now as an adult, like whenever I go to places where there are vendors, like I see right through their nice like fronts. Like we went to Silver Dollar City and the shop fronts are like amazing, but I could still tell that everybody was having a crappy sales day. Like it's, I don't know, I guess it's whenever you do something for 10 years and you can just see it in other people, and I don't know how much of that might be projecting or just me seeing like how hot and tired they are, and there's somebody in front of their booth telling them how to do their job for probably the 100th time, and they're just sitting there being polite because that's what you do. But I really feel for the vendors. The Ren Fair craft shows, like it's rare to me to find an event where we go and the vendors want to be there. They're excited about it. They're like vibrant and like they haven't been fleeced, by the dealer's fee and their hotel rooms and stuff. Like I want it to be an event that everyone who's participating in can feel like they're really going to be benefiting. And it's like, I want them to feel like they can afford to invest themselves into it because they're going to get a lot out of it. Because it's been a long time since I've seen a lot of events focus on that. There are a couple events that still do, and those are the ones that we're going to keep doing for the rest of our lives, because that stuff, you cannot buy that. Like,
Sparky's cat, it goes a little something like, hi, everything here is handmade. If you have any questions, feel free to ask.
Yep. Did you hear that, Sparky? But, it's, I don't know. I want to focus more, like, I want to make sure that everybody who is financially invested in being there not only gets their money worth, but, like, makes a profit. Like, I want all of our vendors to be able to go home and pay some bills. Like,
here, so you're gonna,
oh, how do you greet people when they approach your booth? It's, we try to not have it sound rehearsed, but it's, hey, everything here is handmade. If you have any questions about anything, feel free to ask. So that's what we say. And it's a great, like, we have tailored it and whittled it down. Like, we do our nodding and our eye contact. And, like, we try to make the person feel welcome but not pressured. That way they can be like, and just like, why are you talking to me? And, like, go, or they can shop. Or it's like we want them to feel invited but not, like, I walked through, what was the store we were in, Randy, in the mall? A Dillard's?
What are you talking about?
The makeup section in Dillard's. The sales associates, I have never felt, I felt hunted because I could feel them all, like, sales mode, like, gauging me, like, trying to see what sales tactic would work best. Anybody in sales does it. And I was like, I'm just gonna pee. Like, I'm just walking through here because I have to pee. I really don't ever want to make anybody feel that way when they're coming up to my booth, to be, like, feel hunted and, like, I'm just sizing them up and, like, how much money can I get out of you? Because it's like, I am a vendor and I am here to, you know, make money when I'm at an event, because it's, Lord knows I paid like $1,000 to be there. Yeah, when you feel the vendor aiming at you, it's like, nobody likes that feeling. Like, you don't want to, you know, it's, I mean, you showed up to a craft show probably to spend money and buy gifts and stuff, but you don't want to feel, you know, oh, it's yucky. Patty, we live stream every Tuesday and Thursday, and I'm actually going to be hopefully, I have a plan. We'll see how it goes. On Tuesdays, we're going to have slightly longer craft streams where we make stuff. Like, actually make stuff. Like, old school live chats. And then... No, I didn't talk to you about it. Sorry, love. Oh, God, you're so cute, though. But, yeah, no, okay, so this is news to Randy, too. So, Randy, I had this idea this morning while I was
think I've heard about it.
Can I tell you about it? Because I was thinking, what if on Tuesdays I actually made stuff and then gave it away on Thursday? I could have sworn I talked to you about this.
Kind of what you already do.
No, but yeah, but actually do it this time.
You do. These were made on Tuesday.
But, like, better, though. Like fairy houses and stuff. I miss the big stuff. Like, I don't know if we'll be able to do, like, 7-hour streams again, but, like, a 2-hour stream, like a 2.5, that would be doable. I'll just never plan anything on a Tuesday ever again.
I think we should stick with the 1 hour.
No.
And if we run over, that's fine.
Okay.
But let's not dedicate ourselves to a time frame in which we cannot.
Why do you say these hurtful things? No, that's a very reasonable and good idea, Randy. Hey, you guys, we're going to be doing super duper long streams on Tuesday. I'm joking. Oh, So, yeah, but then on Thursday, we'll give away the thing that we made on Tuesday and talk about Craft Along Con. That way, if any of y'all are like, so help me if I hear another thing about Craft Along Con, unsubscribe, I'm done. You don't have to watch on Thursdays, because that's probably, I don't know if I'll ever shut up about this again in my entire life, but, so maybe you can tell us what to get together before the show. Maybe. Now, I don't know if I'll actually have the project planned for Tuesday, but we're gonna make something
More video game
on Tuesdays.
I haven't played a video game in weeks.
That's a true story. Randy hasn't played video games in ages. Like, he just doesn't have time for it anymore. How about time is project-based? Possibly. I remember when I stumbled upon your videos on YouTube like 2 years ago, and it seems like you two were on every day. We used to do daily videos, Diane.
Like, just have thousands of videos.
Yeah. Now, we fortunately do have a pretty substantial library of videos that we've made. No, Randy does not respond well to being buttered up, because then he just gets greasy. Like, I don't know, like, my feminine wiles don't work on him. I don't know. Like, you playing WoW Classic, baby?
I would like to when it comes out. But we'll see.
He'd like to when it comes out. We'll see though. Aw, thanks, Manzilla. But what were we talking about? Craftalon Con. But no, he's so immune to, like, I could be wearing the cutest outfit on the planet and like have lip plumper all over my entire face and he still won't pay attention. He's very reasonable and logical and like hard to sway whenever he's like, no, that's not a good idea. Like I just have to agree with him and go with it and make good decisions. Like, he doesn't let me like do ridiculous things like that are counterproductive. Like, he's like, are you sure you want to do that? And I'm like, yes, I'm gonna eat 5 gallons of ice cream. And he's like, are you sure you're gonna do that? And then I don't, which is for the best. Anyways, right? I keep suggesting to Randy that he could totally put together something, and I don't know. He's your life bumper guard. He is. Like, I call him the tender of my flame. He keeps me from burning myself down. And from burning out too, so that's good. But we have a ton of really good ideas now thanks to y'all. Yeah, he balances me out really well, Kelslin. I'm really fortunate. Ooh, bribe him with creamed corn cobbler.
No, that's not the worst decision I've
That will not be the worst thing that I've ever tried to bribe him with. No, he doesn't, Jim. He doesn't even get swayed by that.
Oh.
Naked belly dancing. He's like, this is nice, but I'm not gonna change my mind. He could be part Vulcan, like, quite possibly. Hey, you Vulcan? You gotta tell me if you're a Vulcan. So otherwise it's entrapment. I love you.
Bonfire, baby.
Bonfire. Woo! Bonfire, we're going. Okay, we will see you guys in Saturday's live stream. We're gonna log out. DragonCon is Labor Day weekend. This year it's like the last weekend / first weekend of September, August and September. And it's cool. You should Google it. They have way more specific information on there. We won't be live on Saturday. We're just posting another tutorial. So thanks you guys so much for hanging out with us. And be sure to sign up for the CraftAlongCon newsletter at craftalongcon.com. If you're interested in more information, I still haven't really figured out how to write a newsletter yet. Soon. Well, I think we're figuring that out this afternoon. Join our Craft Along Club over on Patreon, which we came up with calling it that this morning, where for as little as $1 or even just following without pledging anything, you can get behind the scenes that's exclusive to Patreon. You can get little sneaky peekies. You can get our digital download content, and from the $10 and up, you can actually get stuff mailed to you every month, so you can craft alongside with us, which is very exciting. So thank you guys again so much for hanging out, and we will see y'all on Saturday or in our next video. If you're watching this in the future, hey, how's it going?
Not a live stream, just a edited video.
Yeah, just an edited video with voiceover with like 17 hours of work into it, but that's fine. Everything's fine. Bye guys. Happy crafting.